Right guys, TacticalRab back again today. Haven't enjoyed your day so far. In these last several days, gentlemen's agreements have really come to a head, right? The AK-47 being gone. Yesterday we talked about Gung-Ho being gone, the Drazah as well. And a lot of professional players are getting increasingly frustrated with the level of these decisions, right? Zuma talks on the Eavesdrop podcast yesterday, attached not too long ago. Huke as well. Dashy saying he doesn't think the 74, the AK-47 should have been banned. Octane saying a similar thing. But on the other side of things, there are certainly pros that think these are valid, certainly think these are legitimate, and are very frustrated about what the fans have to think on the matter. Intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below on this one though. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that. And as Clayster says, another day of people not understanding what is going on, and another day of us just not saying anything because we cannot yet. Just wait until the season starts, it'll all make sense. And there's plenty more where that came from today. So well then, Cronus Intel tweets this out. Zuma talking about the Gung-Ho GA right here on the Eavesdrop podcast, saying like he was talking about Clayster and potentially Gung-Ho is going to be gone from the game. We did mention this yesterday, and the question really was, why is Gung-Ho gone? Why is it exactly too strong? And well, I did remember actually after recording the video this glitch that you can do. So you can put out a tactical or a Semtex or something and just run around with it, and you can just shoot immediately. Like it well, it removes your sprint to fire delay, which is obviously a benefit, but at the same time you can't aim down sights doing this. How viable realistically is it at the end of the day? Like if this is the reason why they're GAing Gung-Ho, then like is this really viable? Because in order to use Gung-Ho, you either need to give up Ninja for your third perk, or you can run Lawbreaker or something, which well allows you to have Gung-Ho and Ninja, but then it means you can't run all the attachments on your main assault rifle or your, whatever weapon you're using at the time. I guess you'd be using an SMG, so you don't really need all the attachments, but then you also have to give up the possibility of using Flak Jacket and Tac Mask with your Lawbreaker. And well, if this is the only benefit you're gaining from it, or in reality, how useful is this for most situations? Maybe this isn't the reason why they GA'd it, but certainly this doesn't seem incredibly game-breaking. I mean, it's been in the game since launch, all things considered.
But for the most part, like, it is what it is, man. Whatever people think is going to help the game be the most competitive it is, and, I'm okay with it. One thing really threw me off yesterday was, like, the Gung-Ho thing.
What?
You didn't hear about this?
No.
So Clay's like, I'm talking to Clay, and, like, I see, I was watching Shotzzy stream, and he's always running Gung-Ho.
Yeah.
So he's not running Gung-Ho, and I'm like, okay. And I'm talking to Clay, and he's like, yeah, like, we're talking about getting rid of Gung-Ho.
So as Octane says, we actually GA'd the AK-47 in one day, but the 74u remains in the game as the best gun, not even close. What is going on? Mind-blowing to me how the narrative, I suppose, from the community is that the ARs run the show in terms of what gets GA'd, but we, the main assault rifles, get the gun out in one day, that being the 47, with subs being completely untouched. I don't care about GAing the 74u, I'm saying the 47 shouldn't have been. The logic makes zero sense in the opposite direction for SMG players. So I guess the argument has been for a while that, okay, the representatives on the team tend to be assault rifle players, which maybe will choose things for their own personal interests as opposed to the interests of the SMG players. But at the same time, we've seen with the AK-47 ban and other things that it's actually the 74u, probably the strongest weapon still in the game, with the 47 gone for professional play, that well is still in the game in all its glory, right, with some attachments disappearing as we talked about over the last several weeks. But of course some pros don't necessarily agree, right, as aBeZy replies to Octane, haha, yeah, like saying okay, like as if it's the best gun in the game, because at the end of the day, if you are an SMG player, you're more incentivized to say, okay, this gun actually maybe isn't as strong. If you're an AR player, you're more incentivized to say, okay, the 74u is super strong compared to other weapons, like regardless of what happens to be true on either side of the equation. As Slasher then weighs in, of course, it's because at the beginning, subs are actually super good, but people just don't know how to play the game and just complain about SMGs being weak and the maps are built for ARs, etc, etc. Then the game develops and subs are godlike every single time. So concluding that what tends to happen every single title is that SMG players just don't figure out how to play the game so early, and therefore the ARs seem to be dominant on most maps, therefore the ARs get banned, like the AK-47, the Crick Headshot Multiplier nerfed, this type of stuff, to get to the point where, okay, at some point the SMGs actually figure out how to play the game, and then the SMGs become a lot more viable. And as Slasher says, also a big issue is why do subs now have strafe in Call of Duty, and ARs are literally stuck in concrete when L-triggered. The game is better when subs move fast, and ARs strafe, you could argue like it was back in Black Ops 2, when the stock strafe speed on an AR was something like 88% of your movement speed. Nowadays that's probably down to like 60 or so percent, as it has been for the last couple of seasons. As Octane says, SDFU, stupid AR, you know nothing with your biased garbage opinion. So yeah, obviously tongue-in-cheek. But Aches doesn't necessarily agree with this, so he says, look, the AK-47 was whack, this shouldn't be in the game anyway. It required minimal skill and became a 2 AK-47, 274u meta of do-it-all guns. I actually think the 2 Krieg 274u on maybe 3 on certain maps actually plays the best. But as Octane says, look, I actually enjoyed the 3-gun meta that we used to have on maps like Moscow or Raid. The Krieg can actually actually still be viable in certain situations. I more so mean how the minute an AR is a problem, it's just gone, but guns like the 74 this season or the MP5 last year are not even discussed. As Ake says, look, I think the AK needs a 4-shot range nerfed and added recoil, then it's not an issue. Personally, I like the 74u being the best sub. It reminds me of an actual SMG, not the Scorpion guns, right? Talking about PPSH MSMC rather than the MW-MP5 or the Sorg from Black Ops 4, for example. This probably does add fuel to the fire in the sense that pros just decide what they GA based on what guns they actually like and what they think feels good, but I'm sure they have some more reasons to it than just that. But then Octane tweets this out, right? So there was this image right here of someone getting absolutely beamed with the AK74u versus a Krig from top art all the way to top laundry, and then Octane says, look, and I'm stupid for making the comparison earlier between these two weapons, well, given how strong it is, as you can see right here in this clip. But as well, Lamar then says the dots come out, and Octane says, like, another mania replying, absolutely comical. We got our OP weapon out in record time, the AK-47, but we only do things that benefit us. Just a couple of selfish AR players doing what is best for them yet again. More sarcasm, of course, on the timeline, but clapping back really at some of the community members, or, you know, maybe even some SMG players that tend to, well, adopt this mindset that Octane's making fun of right here. And then Octane tweets this out. Unfortunately, this tweet has since been deleted, but it's basically saying that Octane was trash or whatever. I don't even know how to take Twitter seriously anymore. Bro, I legit don't know what to say. Genuine awe at the opinions I have seen lately. No point interacting with it anymore. I've been getting called a trash AR because I'm saying subs are not balanced. Social media takes our comedy nowadays. I almost want to live stream, and this will be entertaining, the GA thread to show all the subs, the SMG players, and all the opinions of the players who don't have a say, as he says. And also AR players pushing to get the Krig headshot nerfed early game, yet getting roasted for nerfing the sub headshot through a gentleman's agreement, right, by getting rid of the task force barrel. Absolute idiots. Done commenting on it. As quote says, live stream the GA thread, you say? That would, well, certainly be some entertaining things to watch from a community side. And as Octane says, garbage takes across the board. People think they understand the game better than the people that play it for a living. So certainly not happy with the community's takes on these issues on the whole. And also here on the Reddit, there was some discussion as well for these pro players. So some talking about, okay, the Krig when the headshot multiplier got nerfed. Accuracy just says, like, who do you think it got nerfed? Saying that, okay, the players, the assault rifle players, maybe in discussion with the Tony Flame and the developer guys, decided, look, the Krig headshot multiplier needs to get nerfed to some degree to make this weapon slightly less viable. So certainly trying to make a case. They're not like anti-SMG or anything, they're just pro the best possible game in terms of what is GA'd. But well, you can also make the argument that a lot of things being GA'd isn't necessarily the best thing for the meta. As Slasher says, possibly a 3 sub-meta on half the maps, yet most GAs favour assault rifles, right? Saying, okay, it's not the case, this narrative, that GAs favour ARs, because we're seeing basically 3 SMGs on most of the maps right now. Do you guys want to watch an all 74u meta, all 8 players? I'm genuinely confused. Also, for the morons throwing blame on me, I let my subs vote on my team, yet they wanted to keep gung-ho, yet we were super outvoted by the other team. So yeah, absolute chaos on the timeline once again. Pros flying at each other's necks, pros flying at the community's necks. I don't know what's going to happen going forward. We just have to hope that whatever Clayster's talking about right here is actually a reasonable solution to the matter. And as well, Slasher says, look, need the season to start already, craving some tournament gameplay, I'm fed up with this stuff. And Accuracy says, what you need to do is stop GAing stuff. Carver and another GA for dinner tomorrow. Only something that will make the subs unusable though, yet pro players will still choose to run 2 or 3. So yeah, kind of comedy to be honest. And yeah, just thought I'd finish off with this funny thing from Reppin. I want to love me the way Sensor loves Sensor. I guess I could put it on the big screen for you guys right here. With them, yeah, Dog Sensor Martin with the Dog Sensor Martin image in the background. With them, he's up in the top left here covering up the mini-maps. They don't give up their search and destroy strats and stuff. Yeah, never-ending comedy on the timeline. But yeah, intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below on this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. Really helps out the YouTube algorithm to know you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well. And I've grown the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always. Take care. And I will see you next time.
Ready?
I'm dead.
I'm blocking the back. Hit the back around.
Yeah,
In front's open, I'm pushing
What is
goals.
this trophy, bro?
We're
I
looking
can't even
deep,
find
you're
it,
close.
man.
I don't see the
He's already,
trigger.
go
The
to
back?
go to
It's on top of the map. Well, I got the lead.
Got him. Nice. Just good. Pushing up.
Enemies contesting Alpha. We're taking multiple Hostiles contesting Bravo. Enemies are contesting A. We've taken B. Keep pushing. Take the last zone. Multiple zones are attacked. Defend them.